Welcome to A Double
Double
and Dice
with your host Kim.
and Jocelyn.
Pour your favorite beverage
Pull up a comfy chair.
because we are ready to roll.
Welcome to episode 153 of A Double and Dice. And today we are talking about SWU
We are going to SWU it up
and Zombicide.
because Kim finally played a game.
Finally, after it felt like forever. Baseball.
It was a very long time.
Yeah, it was a long time. So it's good to be back on schedule again. But, I mean, the game we're playing again is Zombicide, which we play a lot of. But we are playing a campaign, so.
Are you still repeating the same one, or did you finish
no,
the
we
last
passed
one?
that out. Third try.
Okay.
That was the first scenario. We played 5 recently, scenario 5, and we died.
Well,
So-
that happens.
The campaign says that you cannot replay it. So you have to skip now to 7. Wait, sorry. No, you go to 6. No, yeah. You go to 6, but you can't play 7. So you have to skip it and go to 8 or something. So it could have been one of those where it's like, go to say scenario 7. But if you don't, like, it doesn't, you can't play it. I don't know. We don't know. But supposedly we can't play 7 for losing.
Okay.
For dying, and we can't replay that one.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess we'll be playing 6, and if we beat 6, it might say to go to 7, or if not, or whatever, it could go. We would be going to 8, or something about we're going straight to 8. I can't remember, but something about we can't play 7, and we can't redo the one we just lost. So interesting. So we didn't spoil it for ourselves. We didn't look at anything. I mean, maybe we might come back to it and play it again. You never know, just to see what happens. But we haven't looked at anything. All our characters died.
Oh, no.
Yeah, all of them. Two were surviving at the end, and we made it pretty far. We needed probably one more turn. Maybe we would have gotten it, but we died. So we're going to have all new characters come to next campaign, next scenario.
There you go.
Yeah. So I have a character that is Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's made from her, Grace. Yeah. And I think Jordo has a character. His new character is Jason Momoa,
Oh.
a.k.a. Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some lookalike characters, this one going around.
Neat.
Yep, so that's our Zombicide. It's definitely a harder one, I must say. Definitely a big jump, but fun as always.
Cool. And you're back on track. So every week until Christmas?
Every week until Christmas, we'll try to finish the campaign before the year ends. But there's one Saturday that we're going to be playing Betrayal. You know, remember Betrayal?
Mm-hmm.
That board game. With a
Betrayal
Christmas
at the House
twist.
on the Hill?
Yeah.
Yep.
With a Christmas twist.
Cool.
Yeah.
On purpose it's a Christmas twist, or you just added one?
It's a expansion that's Christmas related.
Cool.
Yeah. Yuletide something? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so that should be fun. So that's in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since we last recorded, I have played some HeroClix, but I talked about HeroClix entirely in the last episode. So I also played Star Wars Unlimited, so we'll talk about that.
As it is a release?
We went to the release. We went to the pre-release.
Okay.
So now I'm not gonna get this wrong. Okay, so the set is called Secrets of Power.
Ooh.
That's the new one, and you'll like it, Kim, because it's purple.
Why? Oh yeah, I can look it up now.
Yeah. So the box is like purple and black, and so the set is in pre-release, and we went to the pre-release on the what was it? The 9th? Yes, the 9th of November, which also happened to be the first day that it snowed. But it was local. So it was a very small event because also that day was the planetary qualifier, aka PQ, that was being held by face-to-face games from the Danforth in Toronto. So they were holding a planetary qualifier, and Rob and I had originally bought tickets to that, but we ended up refunding them because we didn't have decks ready because we hadn't played in a long time. So when we went to, where did we go to? It's called the Gamers Table in Whitby. It was just Rob and I, and then two other guys, Andrew and Eric, who are regulars. And so we just played a round robin, and we did that. So I think I've talked about this before, but with pre-release for Star Wars, it's similar to going to a pre-release for Magic. You get a sealed box, and inside the box is like some tokens. There's some alternate art cards that are in there that can be used in your pre-release. And then there's 6 booster packs and a little deck box. So that's what you get.
Always have this during pre-release?
Yes.
Okay.
This is how pre-release is held. You get a pre-release box.
Okay.
And it's like somewhere between $30 and $40. So
that's not bad.
It's not bad. And then when you open it up, what you do is it's not a draft because it's a pre-release, it's a sealed box. So you open your 6 packs of cards and you sort them and you build a team out of those 6 packs of cards. So it moves a little bit faster than if you go to a draft event because you're not passing cards, right? You just have the cards that you opened and those are the ones you play with. So yeah. So I did not pull as well in this pre-release as I did in the previous one that we went to at face-to-face games for the last set, which was the blue set. Can't remember what it's called now. Because that was a set where I pulled the showcase, which is the fancy, expensive card with the alternate art treatment. Pack. And it's yeah, it was in a booster pack. It was foiled and super fancy. So anyway, I did not pull that. In fact, I only pulled a single legendary out of my 6 packs. So it was not great from that perspective. I think I also mentioned that in a previous draft that I went to, I forgot that I needed to pay attention to the color aspects. And I drafted a bunch of cards that I couldn't play together, so it made it very difficult. This time I did not forget that. There was no drafting, of course, but I was able to choose a leader and a base and work with the colors that I had. And the leader that I chose, I don't remember what his name was, but he had this effect that I could action him to make an attack with a character and then make another attack with another character. So I got to sort of double attack, which I liked doing. So I played Rob first round. Shocking. There's only 4 of us there. So it was going to happen sooner rather than later. We play in these pre-releases, you play best of 3, and it's like about an hour per round. Okay. So I won the first game. Rob won the second game, and then we were getting close to time when we started the third game. In the third game, I was winning when we hit time. So technically, it would be considered a draw. But Rob said, no, you had that game. You were ahead because I was winning. So he gave me the win on that. So he seeded that last round of the game to make it a 2-1 win for me. Then I played Eric. And Eric is a very good player. He's got a Magic background. He played HeroClix at one point. He's got a lot of experience playing these types of games, and he's very good. He knows exactly what the cards do, even in the new set with all the spoilers and everything. He knew what he was looking for. He'd already played in another pre-release. He had a deck that was really good, and it kept removing my characters. So remember how I said my thing would be attack with one, and then you can attack with another? Mm-hmm. He just kept removing my people and kicking them out so that there wasn't ever 2 people to attack. So I couldn't trigger my cool abilities. The games were not washouts by any way, shape, or form. I had a few tricks up my sleeve, and I was able to keep Eric at bay for a little bit. But ultimately, my time ran out, and I lost 0-2 compared to Eric. So at that point, I'm 1-1 with my win against Rob and my loss against Eric. And I got to play Andrew. Shocking, because he's the third player. So similarly, Andrew, very smart guy, really into Star Wars, knows what his stuff does. He plays online all the time. I've never tried the online. I think it's called Carabast is the website. Anyway, I've never done it, but he plays online all the time. He collects all the cards. He's actually the reason the Gamers Table has Star Wars Unlimited at all, because they are not a collectible card game, trading card game, any of those types of card games, or types of games like HeroClix or anything like that. They don't do anything collectible. They're just board games.
Okay.
The only collectible game they do is Star Wars, because Andrew is buddies with the store owner and he really wanted to get into it. So the store owner started getting into Star Wars. So he does it for that. So there's a small community there. So anyway, so Andrew did similarly had a good deck. I also, kept him on his toes, but lost again 0-2 in that round. So with the grand four of us, Eric took the day with his 3-0 and he won, 4 packs of cards. And then Andrew got 2 packs of cards. And then Rob and I each got a pack of cards for showing up, basically. So, and in the pack of cards that I opened, I still did not get anything fancy. No legendaries, not even any good rares. But that's fine. There's still cards that we didn't have because it's a new set.
Yeah.
And Rob took all the cards home and we'll eventually sort them into the sets. And then maybe we'll plan to go to the next planetary qualifier. There are some cool new mechanics in this set. Every set, just like any type of collectible card game, like Magic. Kim, you play Magic. Every set has like a new gimmick, right? In this set with Secrets of Power, they have plot and disclose.
So like new keywords.
New keywords, yeah. So plot is kind of like a keyword they had before called smuggle, which is, I think we talked about in Star Wars, you resource all of your cards, kind of like Lorcana, like any card can be a resource. Unlike Magic, where you have to have your lands to resource.
Mm-hmm.
So with smuggle, you could put a card in your resources and then you could play it at any time by pulling it out of your resources and paying the cost. And the smuggle cost might be different than playing it at a regular cost. So that was a mechanic that kicked around. So plot is kind of like that, but it's got a lot more restrictions on it. So first off, there isn't a cost discount or a cost increase with a plot card. So if it's a 2 cost to play from your hand, it's a 2 cost to play from your resources. But you can only play it on the turn where you deploy your leader. So if I deploy my leader, then I can immediately do a plot effect, and I can do as many plot effects as I can pay for. So if I have 3 cards in my resources that are plot, and I have enough resources to pay for those 3 cards, I can play all 3 of them. So I can only do it on the turn that I deploy my leader. So a little bit more restrictive. So it's interesting. Requires a little bit of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then disclose is the big gimmick in this set. So basically, we talked about the color aspects before when we talked about Star Wars. There's different colors like white, which is actually gold and whatever. If you remember that conversation.
Yes. Yep.
So all the color aspects have different abilities. So disclose happens, you follow the directions on the card. And basically what it means is that you're showing your opponent a card in your hand. So if this happens, whatever this is, if you show your opponent cards that have these icons on them, these color icons, these color aspects, then you get an extra ability. So like, for example, Rob and I were actually playing the starter decks tonight. Spotlight decks? Spotlight decks is what they call them now. So I had something that when it was knocked out, that if I showed 2 greens, I could draw a card. So my unit got knocked out. It goes to my discard pile. I showed Rob 2 cards that had green icons on them, and then I got to draw a card off of my deck to give myself an extra card. So that's disclose, because you are disclosing to your opponent the cards that you have in your hand. And it's kind of this whole plot disclose mechanic is designed because the Secrets of Power is like a politician set. So it's a lot of politicians and officials as opposed to like spaceships and
Okay. Yeah.
fighting dudes on the
Fighters.
ground.
Yeah.
Not to say those things don't exist, they do, but there's a lot of like political intrigue type people. So that's where plot and disclose come in. So those are the two keywords. And when Rob and I were getting ready to go to the pre-release on Sunday, I had said to him, are there any new keywords that I need to be prepared for? And he's like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I'll look it up. So he looks it up. He sends me like an 8-minute video. So I'm sitting here having my lunch. I watched this 8-minute YouTube video. I'm listening to the guy talk. I'm like, I have no idea what the hell this guy's talking about. Like, it is going completely over my head. But that part of that's because I don't learn by listening. I learn by reading. That's just, I learn better when I read stuff as opposed to watching things or listening to stuff. I'm a doer and a reader. So once Rob explained it to me again, and then I read the cards a bunch of times when I was building my deck, I'm like, okay, I understand this now. And it's not because the video that Rob sent me was bad. It was an excellent video. The person that did the video explained it really well. It's just not how I absorb things. So I'm like, I don't even know. I'm just going to ignore these altogether. I've done that before when I've gone into an event like Smuggle. Smuggle, it took me a while to wrap my head around. I was like, I'm just not even going to worry about it. If I see a card that has Smuggle on it, I'm just going to resource it. I don't care.
It's going to ignore the whole point of it.
Totally.
Do you buy the starter, like, what do they call them? The
ready-made decks.
Spotlight decks.
Yeah, they call them spotlight decks now.
That or no?
So I don't buy anything for Star Wars. Rob buys all of the Star Wars.
Okay. He just
so
makes you a
Rob,
deck what you want.
Rob has a collection of Star Wars, and then I just get to play with whatever I decide I want to play with. So, or he'll help me build a deck out of the stuff that he has. We're not super collectors of this stuff. We're not going out there trying to get everything in a full play set of 3 cards and blah, 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 blah. We just, he gets like a booster box, and if we go to the pre-release, we get 2 pre-release boxes, and then he orders the spotlight decks as well. So yes, we played the spotlight decks. We just played them tonight. It was Palpatine was one of the decks, and then the other one is Padme. So I got to play Padme. I liked it a lot. It was a really cool deck, and I had it really firing off really, really well. So I won against Rob, but we only got to play 1 game because then I had a work crisis and I had to leave so that I could get my work crisis solved. So, which normally I wouldn't do after hours, but it involved people getting paid, and I wanted people to get paid, so I had to deal with it.
Oh, yeah, you gotta deal with that. So out of everything you've played Star Wars, what has been your favorite?
I really liked the deck that I played at the last planetary qualifier.
Was that from different
right
sets?
Now, I couldn't tell you what it is. It was a mix of sets, yeah. But as far as like spotlight decks, the Padme deck that I played today was pretty good from the latest set. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I can't think of any of the other decks. There have been some, like they started with starter packs where you would get 2 decks, and then they moved to spotlight decks, which are individual decks. So you buy 1 and then you can play it against somebody who has another one. So, but I don't really keep a lot of it in my head. It needs to, like, there's only so much space in my brain, Kim. So when I'm not playing the deck, I kind of forget what it does. But if you handed me like a previous spotlight deck, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember how that one works. Like, let's see. Spotlight decks. Ooh, there's a ranking of them.
Oh, there you
go. So Jump to Lightspeed was that was the yellow set, I think.
Oh, so every set's a different color?
They've all been different colors, yeah. I think was that the yellow set? It had a Boba Fett deck that was very good. There's a Han Solo deck, a Qui-Gon deck, a Darth Maul deck. Some of them are very situational, so they work, and I do find that they tend to make them so that they work against one another. So the decks from, they're not necessarily balanced, but they are similar or slightly different mechanics or whatever, so you can learn different parts of the game. So the original one had the Luke starter and the Darth Vader starter. So that was out of Spark of Rebellion. Those were the first ones. So yeah, and then I don't think I've played some of these, but anyway, I think Jump to Lightspeed was yellow. Yeah, Jump to Lightspeed was the yellow set. That's how I know, like because of the color of the box. Right?
Yeah.
So Jump to Lightspeed was the yellow deck. But I liked the Padme deck.
That's good.
And then they're preparing for their rotation, right?
Let's see if I have time to play one. If Dave are actually interested in learning how to play it. He likes Star Wars, so I don't know. He's just afraid to get into these things.
Yeah. Legends of the Force was the turquoise deck. I liked that color a lot, like a turquoise blue. And then Twilight of the Republic was like a reddish brown color. And Shadows of the Galaxy was like, it's like a cross between a navy blue and a purple. It's not as pretty as purple as the Secrets of the Force. So, and then the first one, of course, was the Spark of Rebellion. And that one was, what color was that? I can't even find a picture of it.
Blue. I don't know.
It was, red. It was like a bright red. So yeah, they're all different colors, but eventually they're going to run out of colors. So they might start repeating them, I would imagine. So,
yeah,
but yeah,
they go shades.
Yeah, next year they are doing their first rotation. And, you'll think this is funny, Kim. So you know how, like, before Dice Masters died, people would go online and say, this game is dying.
Yeah.
So, like, yesterday, I sent a screenshot to Rob of some guy on the Star Wars Facebook saying, is this game dead? And I'm like, okay. Like, the events sell out, the competitive events. They sell out, like, immediately. There's no tickets available. They're setting out new sets. They have a rotation planned. Like, is this game dead? No, the game's not dead. There's videos, there's content, there's articles, there's all of the things. They're updating the rules, they're launching new sets. The game is not dead. But I just think it's really funny that that's just like the regular conversation around TCGs. Is this game dead?
But is this game dying? You would say like, are you not looking? Like, are you not like?
Well, no, people don't look things up.
Yeah, I guess not.
Right? People don't. They just go on places like Facebook and ask questions without doing any research, as if it's Google. So yeah, there are people that look things up, of course. I'm not painting everybody with the same brush here, but often that's just like someone who's decided to be, for lack of a better term, lazy. And instead of looking it up themselves, have done that. But there's also, like any gaming community, if your local community doesn't have the right support, then it's going to feel like the game is dying. Because there isn't anything happening, right? So, you know, HeroClix lives in Oshawa because Rob and I and Ryan decided that we were going to talk to the store and encourage the new store to run HeroClix. And we lead that. Like, I do a lot of that. Like, I do the postings of the games and I share it on social media, and the store has helped. They have encouraged people to play HeroClix, and they've brought some new players in. But we have a very welcoming community, and we want to teach people how to play, and we want it to be fun, and we want people to have a good time, and we play very casually. And if we're going to play competitively, we warn people that it's going to be a competitive night, and they might bring something a little bit more powerful, or sometimes they just come anyway because they just like to play, even if they lose, right? But if you don't have those type of people that are willing to champion a game in your local community, or if the people who are championing the game in your local community are super competitive meta freaks that are not welcoming to the new players and are not encouraging to the new players, then a game will die. And that happens in any type of game. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. It doesn't have to be HeroClix. It doesn't have to be Magic. If the people that play the game are not welcoming and bringing people into the fold, then, the game will not do well. Yeah. And then those are the people that are like, no one comes out to my event anymore.
Wonder why.
And they don't realize that they're the problem.
Yeah.
So, and it's not the only reason. There's lots of reasons why stuff like this happens, right? Like people get busy. Life happens. Like I haven't been to HeroClix on a Thursday in like almost a month because of my work schedule right now. It doesn't mean HeroClix stopped. Rob and Ryan have stepped up, primarily Rob this time, but Ryan's done it in the past. And he runs the event so that the event still runs. And we're still getting like 6 to 8 people every Thursday, which is awesome. But you have to have that person that's going to champion it, and you have to have the store that's supportive. If you don't have those things, then sure, the game's going to feel like it's dying where you are.
Yeah.
So.
Did it get corrected properly?
I don't know. I screenshotted it. There was a bunch of comments. There were some laughing emojis. And then I just moved on with my life. I sent it to Rob and said, LOL. And that was it. And he kind of laughed back with me. Because this stuff just happens, right? People are just... Anyway. So, in my opinion, Star Wars is not dying, but there are individual communities that are not doing well. And, there's lots of reasons why that could be. Some of it could have been what I just talked about, and some of it could be things I don't even know about. So, anyway, but yeah, so that's my SWU story. That's, what was it called? Legends of the Force. No, Secrets of Power.
That's completely different.
Legends of the Force was the last one. And then I made up a name for that one. I don't remember what it was.
Oh.
I messed it up. But anyway, so Secrets of Power is the latest set. It's the purple set. And, honestly, Kim, we've got board game day coming up. If Dave wanted to try it, we could play the Spotlight decks.
Yeah, I don't mind trying it. If
you don't have
Dave
to commit to anything.
To try it.
Rob and I already know how to play. So, it's not hard. You play Magic. It's very similar. I don't know if Dave's ever played any type of TCG.
No.
But it's pretty straightforward. He's a smart man.
He should be able to pick it up. I mean...
He would pick it up.
No, we play more deck builder than TCG kind of stuff, so...
But it's similar type mechanics.
Yeah, he'll get it.
So if he wanted to try it, Rob could absolutely bring some SWU decks over and we could give it a shot. So...
Yeah, bring it just in case. You never know.
Yeah. Speaking of... bringing SWU decks over and maybe giving it a shot. How's the voting coming, Kim?
Well, we got people suggesting games for us for board game day.
How many people?
3.
Nice.
At least, let's see, we have about 13 games suggested. So.
Cool.
Not that bad. We're still and they're all individual. Nobody's said a duplicate.
Excellent. And we have reserved the right to ignore all of those suggestions.
Yes, we do.
Is there any suggestions on the list that you were expecting?
No.
Really?
Yeah. They're the ones I think people would name. Nobody's named it. So, I've played maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've played 9 out of those 13 games.
Cool.
Yeah. Do I remember how to play them? I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. Well, you people still got time. So we'll put back up the thing and send us to any of our socials or anything what we should play, and we'll see. There's still time.
There's still time because this episode's going to come out and then there's going to be almost a week before board game day comes.
Yep.
So people have time to suggest board games for us that we may or may not choose to ignore.
Yep.
So, but I am looking forward to it, Kim. I was just thinking about it yesterday, trying to figure out what I was going to do for dinner.
I was going to say, what are you going to wear? But
no, I don't need to worry about what I'm going to wear to my own board game day in my own house. I just have to worry about what I'm going to wear. No, I don't wear PJs when it's people are here. I don't wear PJs unless it's sleeping. So I'm not a PJ person. I'm not a loungewear person. But Kim's laughing because before we got on recording tonight, I was telling her about my big debacle of trying to pack for my latest work trip, which was supposed to include a fancy dinner, but is now not including a fancy dinner. And now I have to redo my entire suitcase and I leave tomorrow. So you would think not having to go to a fancy dinner would make the packing easier, but somehow it's made it more complicated.
And now you have to unpack and repack.
Well, unpack is already done. But the repack has not started yet. The good news is I don't have to be at the airport for 12 hours. So it only takes me an hour to get to the airport. So I do have time to sleep and pack before I leave. So I'm only gone for 3 days.
Don't change your mind.
I mean, once I'm packed, I don't usually change my mind. The only reason it's changing right now is because the fancy dinner got called off. So, but it's literally only 3 days. It's a flight in, it's a day of meetings, it's a dinner, and then it's a few meetings the following morning, and then I fly home. So it's not like a big long trip. It is out to Vancouver though, so I'm going to get to see my sister and her family for like an hour, maybe. Tuesday night. Yeah, I think I'm going for dinner. I actually got a really nice text from her because she had originally said to me, you know, I could pick you up on my way home from her office because she's going to be in the office on Tuesday. And I said, oh, I don't think I'll be there in time because I don't think I land until 3:30. Right?
Their time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, sent me a text this afternoon, said, hey, the kids asked if you're going to be ready to pick them up from school and from daycare tomorrow because they're super excited to see their auntie. I told them that it's not possible, but we can make a dinner for you. So what's your preference for dinner so I can have them help us? So that's super sweet. So yeah, so I'm going to go over for dinner. But yeah, basically by the time I get there, like if the flight lands on time, 3:30, get the rental car, probably 4:00, then you're stuck in like Vancouver rush hour traffic, and I have to get to the hotel and drop my colleague off and check into my hotel, and then I'd have to go to my sister's place. So it'll literally be dinner time. So I'll probably only see the kids for like an hour, but that's okay. It's an hour that I wouldn't have seen them otherwise. So that's exciting. Yeah. But I'm glad they're excited to see me.
That's good.
When you're like,
wouldn't they
you know,
be excited?
Well,
They
I mean,
don't see you. That's why
they don't, but also like they're kind of funny ages, right? So like Hazel's just about to turn 6 and Evan is 3.5. So the things that excite them and they're happy about are very variable. They change a lot. So, and there's the whole out of sight, out of mind thing, right? So I saw them in August. And then prior to that, I hadn't seen them in a year. So,
yeah.
But I'll be happy to see them. They're adorable.
Yeah.
So, was there anything else in the dice bag, Kim, or just the board games?
That was it. That was
the whole kit and caboodle.
That was the whole bag.
Cool. Well, anything else you want to talk about tonight, Kim?
No.
All right.
Nope.
Well, then we should wrap it up there so that I can go pack and get some sleep.
Yes.
So thanks for listening to another episode of a Double and Dice podcast with Jocelyn and Kim. And we would love to hear from you, whether that is what games you'd like to hear us play, as if we're going to record it, hear us talk about that we're going to play at our board game day when we get together with Kim and Dave and me and Rob coming up. So you have some time to get some feedback to us on that. Kim's got that posted, and that will be in the show notes as well, Kim, the information. Yep. And you can let us know by sending us a Discord message. You can go to Discord and at Kim at SuperK or me at Jostitch, Joce Stitch. You can head over to the DM North TV Discord channel, in which there is a section called a Double and Dice podcast convo, and you can put some commentary in there. You can go to our old-fashioned website, dm-north.com, and you can put a comment on our episode post, which no one does anymore. You can send us an email at tripledpodcast@dm-north.com, which some people do. And you can also find Kim and Matt playing board games every Saturday night until Christmas, and maybe until baseball happens again. I don't know. At twitch.tv.
Only in playoffs.
twitch.tv/DM North TV. You can find the replays of those on youtube.com/DM North TV. And you can find us on all the socials at DM North TV. So until next time, on a double and dice.